Yeah, look up there. Look at the ridge.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, right here. You see it?
From the discovery of giant, mysterious footprints to the possibility of uncovering DNA evidence, this investigation takes Bigfoot research to an entirely new level. Add to that the prospect of finding not just one creature, but potentially a family of Bigfoots. The discovery of a lifetime. In an unforgettable episode of Expedition Bigfoot, Russell Acord made an incredible find that has the Bigfoot community buzzing with excitement. While exploring a remote, untouched part of the wilderness, Russell came across something that could be groundbreaking: giant footprints. These weren't just any footprints either.
But I swear I saw something. And my gut tells me that's the exact same thing that Bryce spotted on that fixed-wing drone.
Oh my God, it's moving.
They were far larger than those of a normal human, and the pattern in which they were laid out immediately set them apart. The moment Russell saw them, he knew this could be the evidence he had been searching for. The most fascinating part of these footprints was their unique heel-to-toe movement. Russell and his team immediately recognized that the way these prints were formed, starting at the heel and rolling forward, was unusual for any known animal. This rolling motion is how humans walk, but these prints were massive, indicating that whatever made them was much bigger and heavier than any person. It wasn't just the size that was remarkable. The way each step was pressed deeply into the ground suggested the creature had significant weight, pointing to the possibility of something extraordinary. Team effort, calling in the experts. Excited by this discovery, Russell quickly called in his team, including Ronnie LeBlanc and Maria Mayer, who both have years of experience in Bigfoot research. They immediately got to work analyzing the prints, carefully examining every detail. To their surprise, what looked like a few isolated footprints turned out to be part of a long trail of prints that snaked through the woods. Even more fascinating, there were different-sized footprints along this trail. Some were huge, but others were smaller.
Look how that's just broken off and hanging there. Something's behind us, Russell, seriously.
Sparking a lot of curiosity. Could this be evidence of a family of Bigfoots, or maybe younger members of the same species walking alongside the larger ones? This added another layer to the mystery: the importance of the location. One of the key factors that made this discovery so significant was the location. The footprints were found in a very remote area, far away from human settlements. This wasn't the kind of place people would just come upon, and it seemed highly unlikely that anyone would walk barefoot through this rough, muddy terrain. The isolation of the location made it hard to believe that these prints could be a hoax. In addition, the depth of the prints and the length of the stride were unlike anything the team had ever seen. Whatever made these prints had a bipedal gait, meaning it walked on two legs, and the stride length suggested that the creature was not just tall, but also incredibly fast-moving. All these details added up to something that couldn't easily be explained away. Digging deeper, a comprehensive investigation. Realizing the potential importance of this discovery, Russell and the team knew they needed more expertise. So, they brought in another experienced researcher, Jeff Meldrum, to help analyze the prints. Meldrum's knowledge added another layer of credibility to the investigation, and his expertise helped the team look at the tracks from new angles. Together, the group conducted a detailed study of the footprints. They measured the depth of each print, the length of the stride, and even the spacing between the steps. This information was crucial in trying to figure out the size, speed, and weight of the creature that made them.
Put your light around it. Because if there is something up there, it's behind one of these big trees. Shh, wait.
The team's careful analysis helped rule out known animals, like bears or other large mammals, and the consistency of the footprints made it less likely to be a human-made hoax. One of the most exciting elements of the discovery was the presence of both large and small footprints. This suggested that there might not be just one creature, but possibly more than one, traveling together. The idea that this could be a family of Bigfoots, or different age groups from the same species, was thrilling for the team. It's rare to find such a clear, continuous trail of footprints in one area, and the variety and size made it all the more fascinating. By following the trail, the team was able to gather crucial data on the movement patterns of the creatures. The footprints provided an opportunity to study stride length and spacing, both of which can tell researchers a lot about how the creatures move and how large they are. This kind of evidence could help solve one of the biggest mysteries in cryptozoology: documenting every detail. One thing that set this investigation apart was the thoroughness of the team. They took their time to document every aspect of the footprints, from their size and depth to their exact location in the wilderness. This careful approach was important because it ensured that the evidence was recorded in a way that could be analyzed later on, giving other experts a chance to review the findings and draw their own conclusions. The team didn't want to jump to any conclusions, but they also knew they had found something special. The discovery was handled with professionalism and caution, as the team understood how important it was to get it right. What's next for Bigfoot research? Russell Accord's discovery of these giant footprints could be a turning point in Bigfoot research. The footprints were too detailed, too large, and in too remote a location to be easily dismissed. Could this finally be the proof that Bigfoot researchers have been looking for?
Came up on a very strange thing tonight.
Holy.
So there's something back there.
Hang on.
You heard that, right?
Yeah, I did.
There's something there, Russell.
I know.
While the mystery is far from solved, this discovery has sparked new excitement and reignited the search for answers. The team plans to continue their investigation, following the trail and looking for more evidence that could help explain what left those footprints behind. Whether or not this is definitive proof of Bigfoot, the discovery has certainly brought researchers closer to understanding this elusive creature that has captured imaginations for generations. A remote discovery that could change everything. The location where the footprints were found was deep in the wilderness, far from any signs of human activity. The remoteness of the area added an extra layer of credibility to the discovery, as it reduced the chances of someone tampering with the site. This made it more likely that these footprints were genuine evidence of an unknown creature, possibly Bigfoot, rather than a hoax or misidentification. The isolated setting, difficult to access without leaving any signs of human presence, only strengthened the team's belief that they had uncovered something extraordinary. The trail of footprints began right at the water's edge, then continued up onto the muddy bank. As the team looked closer, they noticed that each print was sharply defined, with clear toe impressions firmly pressed into the mud. The way the toes were outlined suggested a creature with significant weight, moving deliberately through the area. Unlike a wandering animal that might leave random, unclear marks, these footprints were precise, almost as if the creature knew exactly where it was headed.
I'm getting something on the thermal. Okay, something is definitely giving off a heat signature.
What stood out to the team was how well defined each print was. The toes were clearly visible, and the contours of the feet seemed almost too perfect, like nature had taken extra care in shaping each one. This level of detail gave the impression that the creature's movement wasn't just random, it had a purpose, whether it was heading somewhere or had just emerged from the water with intention. Emerging from water. One of the most interesting aspects of the discovery was the location of the footprints near the water. The way the prints transitioned from water to land made it clear that the creature had moved effortlessly between both environments. This suggested that the creature was comfortable in both water and on land, adding to the growing mystery of what exactly had left these prints. The consistency in the direction and spacing of the footprints suggested that the creature wasn't just wandering around aimlessly. It had a clear path and appeared to be moving with intention, possibly heading to a specific destination. The way the prints moved so smoothly from water to land gave the team a glimpse into the creature's behavior and adaptability. The team spent time considering whether the footprints could have been part of an elaborate hoax, but given the remote location and the difficulty of accessing the site without leaving other signs of human interference, it seemed highly unlikely. If someone had planted the footprints as a prank, they would have left other evidence behind, like tracks of their own or disturbed vegetation. However, the pristine condition of the footprints showed no signs of human tampering, further supporting the idea that these were genuine. The undisturbed nature of the area, combined with the sharp detail of the prints, made it clear to the team that these weren't recent fabrications. Instead, they appeared to be authentic traces left by a creature moving through this isolated part of the wilderness, preserving the evidence. Realizing the importance of what they had discovered, the team knew they needed to carefully document and preserve the footprints.
Oh, there he goes.
They understood that these prints could provide significant evidence in the search for Bigfoot, so every step of the preservation process had to be handled with extreme care. The team prepared casting materials to ensure that they captured every intricate detail of the prints. Casting the footprints was a delicate process. They mixed and poured the casting material into each impression carefully, making sure to fill every crevice and contour. This careful approach was essential to create accurate replicas of the footprints for further study. These casts would become permanent records, allowing the team to examine the prints long after they had been removed from the site. Having these casts meant they could continue analyzing the footprints and share them with other experts, keeping the investigation moving forward. In addition to creating physical casts, the team aimed to gather biological evidence from the site. Using modern technology, they carefully collected samples from the impressions, hoping to find DNA or other material that the creature might have left behind. This step was critical because DNA analysis could reveal much more about the creature, its species, genetic makeup, and potentially even its relation to other known animals. Collecting DNA from the footprints was a crucial part of the investigation. If successful, it could provide groundbreaking insights into what kind of creature had passed through this remote area. For the team, this was more than just about finding physical prints. It was about getting closer to understanding the mystery behind them, capturing every detail. The discovery of these footprints was too significant to leave anything to chance, so the team made sure to document the site as thoroughly as possible. They didn't just rely on casts. They took precise measurements and high-resolution photographs to ensure every aspect of the footprints was recorded. They measured the length, width, and depth of each print and noted the distance between them, giving them critical data about the size and gait of the creature.
Something left those tracks and made that whistling sound last night, but we don't know what it is.
These detailed measurements were essential for understanding how the creature moved and how large it might be. The high-resolution photographs added another layer of documentation, allowing the team to revisit the site visually even after they left. This combination of casts, measurements, and photographs would provide the foundation for future analysis and comparison with other potential Bigfoot evidence, a discovery in the heart of Bigfoot territory. The fact that these footprints were found in Washington state added even more weight to the discovery. Washington has long been known as one of the prime hotspots for Bigfoot sightings. With its dense forests, sprawling mountain ranges, and vast remote terrain, it offers an ideal environment for an elusive creature to remain hidden. The area's rough landscape has contributed to a long-standing reputation as a focal point for Bigfoot encounters, making the discovery of these prints even more thrilling for researchers. Over the years, Washington has been home to countless reports of strange occurrences, people claiming to hear unusual vocalizations or catching fleeting glimpses of a large, hairy figure moving through the trees. This history of sightings has kept the mystery of Bigfoot alive, drawing both enthusiasts and serious researchers to the state. Now, these newly discovered footprints provide fresh physical evidence to add to Washington's Bigfoot lore. What made this particular discovery even more remarkable was that it happened during daylight hours. Daytime sightings of Bigfoot are incredibly rare, and they offer much clearer, more reliable evidence than those made at night when visibility is limited. The fact that these footprints were found in broad daylight gave the team confidence in their authenticity. There was no doubt about what they were looking at, and the clarity of the prints only added to their credibility. This find could prove to be one of the most compelling pieces of evidence in recent years, as it's much harder to dismiss daylight discoveries. The clear visibility of the footprints in this well-lit setting provided a solid basis for scientific study, and for researchers, it was a tangible clue that could be analyzed with modern tools and techniques. A puzzle with many possibilities. For the researchers, finding these footprints was like coming upon a hidden treasure. The prints varied in size, with some being much larger than others. This raised fascinating questions. Could the different-sized prints suggest the presence of more than one creature? Perhaps there was a parent and offspring, or multiple individuals of different ages moving together. These possibilities added layers of complexity to the discovery, making it an even more exciting puzzle for the team to solve.
I've just picked you up. And if that's not you, I've just picked something up.
I'm on one knee. I'm gonna stand up. 3, 2, 1.
That was not you.
The presence of these different-sized prints hinted at a larger story. If there were indeed more than one creature, it could point to the existence of a Bigfoot family or group. This idea opened up new avenues for understanding the social structure and behavior of the creature, if it exists. Understanding the importance of their find, the team made the strategic decision to return to the site early the next morning. Natural light would provide the best conditions for a more detailed examination. Their goal was to gather as much information as possible, ensuring that no detail was overlooked. They planned to analyze everything, from the size and depth of the footprints to the spacing between them. The positioning and shape of each print could offer clues about the creature's movements and behavior. By taking a comprehensive approach, they hoped to uncover as much as possible about the mysterious being that had left these tracks behind. What this could mean for Bigfoot research. This discovery could have far-reaching implications in the search for Bigfoot. The footprints themselves offered a concrete starting point for further investigation, and the detailed measurements could provide critical insights into the physical characteristics of the creature. The team was especially eager to see if DNA could be extracted from the impressions. If they could gather biological material from the footprints, it might offer groundbreaking information about the species, possibly even revealing its genetic makeup and relation to other known animals. For researchers, this kind of evidence is exactly what they've been hoping for. Even without DNA, the footprints alone provide valuable data. Analyzing the size, depth, and stride length could reveal more about the creature's size, weight, and movement patterns. If DNA can be recovered, it could be a game changer, offering the first real glimpse into the biology of Bigfoot.
If that's the case, and with all the different sightings and reports,
There may have been, and frankly still could be,
a family or a pod of Bigfoot that are living up here.
Beyond the scientific implications, this discovery has sparked a renewed interest in the legend of Bigfoot. For the broader community of enthusiasts, skeptics, and believers alike, these footprints offer a reason to keep searching, to keep asking questions about the mysteries of the world. It's discoveries like these that inspire people to look beyond what they know and explore the unknown. The footprints also remind us that there are still secrets out there, even in places we think we know well. This find could encourage others to keep investigating, to continue exploring, and to remain curious about what lies just beyond the horizon. Whether or not Bigfoot is ever definitively proven to exist, discoveries like this one keep the legend alive and encourage us all to keep an open mind. The discovery of both large and smaller footprints in the same location opened up interesting possibilities for the team. These prints might indicate the presence of more than one creature, perhaps a family group or different age groups of the same species. This led to questions about the social behavior and life cycle of these potential creatures. Were the smaller footprints left by juveniles moving alongside adults, suggesting a family dynamic? Or were they simply different-sized individuals of the same species traveling separately? These findings raised new questions that added depth to the investigation, but they also required careful scientific validation to avoid premature conclusions. Rigorous scientific validation and environmental challenges. In response to these significant discoveries, the team employed a systematic approach to gather and preserve evidence. They took precise measurements of the footprints, cast them in plaster, and documented every detail with photography. Collecting biological samples for DNA analysis was a key priority, as this could provide the breakthrough needed to confirm the creature's existence.
This is broken off. There's a deep impression right here. Almost like something stepped right down. Another deep impression right here.
However, conducting research in the dense, rugged forests of Washington state posed logistical hurdles. Harsh weather, dense vegetation, and difficult terrain made access to these remote locations challenging, while also complicating efforts to preserve the footprints and other evidence in pristine condition. These obstacles highlighted the complexity of Bigfoot research, where each piece of evidence must be carefully handled to ensure scientific rigor. Advanced technology and collaborative research. To enhance their search, the team used advanced technologies such as high-resolution scanning, allowing them to capture detailed visual representations of the footprints. DNA analysis was another critical tool in their investigation, as it could potentially offer conclusive proof of Bigfoot's existence and provide insights into the creature's relation to known species. In addition, trail cameras and audio recording devices were strategically placed in key locations to monitor the area for any further activity, allowing the team to gather observational data without needing to be physically present. Geographic Information Systems, GIS, were used to track and analyze reported sightings, helping the team identify potential movement patterns and habitats. These technological tools, combined with the collaborative efforts of experienced researchers, showed a unified and methodical approach to solving the Bigfoot mystery. The ongoing search and commitment to discovery. The team's dedication to uncovering the truth behind these footprints drove them to prepare for further investigation, leveraging the latest technology to ensure thorough documentation and analysis. Their methodical approach involved setting up trail cameras, conducting additional scans, and monitoring the area continuously for signs of further activity. While the discovery of these footprints was a promising development, the team knew it was just one step in a much longer journey. By combining historical knowledge, cutting-edge technology, and persistent research efforts, they are steadily progressing toward the ultimate goal of solving one of the world's most enduring mysteries, the existence of Bigfoot.